Hi, here we are again, and it's video 3 of the Salon Profit Formula. Now, I've had some great comments and feedback from you guys on YouTube, on social media, some lovely messages, and really appreciate it. Thank you so much in terms of everything that you're saying about what we're doing here. I'm so excited because the feedback that you've given me so far is telling me that we're really hitting the right buttons here, that I'm pressing the right buttons and that the message is getting through. And so let's remind ourselves of what the message is. Very simple. Why did we start our businesses in the first place? That was the key question. And do you remember? The answers were freedom and financial independence. Well, isn't it about time we started getting those things? And the only way that's going to happen is when our businesses are profitable. And so the first step wasn't just how much do we want, but it was why do we want it? And that's the key, knowing exactly why we want the profit that we want. When people say to me they want an academy, when they say to me they want more salons, when they say they want to step away from the chair and do less, all of those things, they're all great whys. They think, look, this is why I want to be profitable. But that's the key. You need to be profitable to do those things. And if you've got that focus the wrong way round, and that is, I want to do this and I'm trying to be profitable, it really doesn't work in my experience. Start with the profit that you need to make to achieve what you want to do. And that's really what we've been talking about. We've got to start playing the what if game. And that's where we play with the calculator and we start changing things to make it all work. So if you remember in the video 2, we started with a number, and let's say that number was 50,000. That's how much profit I want. We put that into the calculator, and then we started to bring it down, work it down and down and down and down till we actually ended up with an hourly rate, which you could then start looking at your pricing, you could look at your staffing levels, your opening hours, your appointment times, absolutely everything. It all started many years ago with a document I created called the One Piece of Paper. And the idea was to get salon finance onto one piece of paper. I love simplicity. I abhor complexity. I don't understand, why do people make things complicated just to make themselves look clever? I think it's far smarter to make it simpler. And that's everything that I do. But now we've made it even simpler by taking everything that's going to work and make you the profit you want and tighten it right down into a step-by-step formula that anybody can implement into any salon business. And by the way, I know it works. It's proven. 25 years we've been doing this. And for 25 years I've been working with the salon industry, some of the biggest names in the industry, but salons right across the board. And from all of those businesses, it's been very clear to me what works and what doesn't work. And that's why I call it the Salon Profit Formula. It's everything that we all want in our salons. We want the profit and we need a formula to make it happen. Okay, let's recap on the Salon Profit Formula. Step 1, how much do you want and why do you want it? Step 2, what's got to change? That's the salon drivers. Step 3, how do you measure so you know whether you're achieving it? Step 4, how do we get the team involved and committed to what we're doing? And step 5, how do we actually make it happen? It's all very well, as I say, writing it all down on a piece of paper, it looks fab, but we've still got to do it. Those are the 5 steps, and that's really what the whole Salon Profit Formula is all about. Now, so far, we've covered quite a lot of detail on step 1, and we've started to talk about step 2. Now today in this video, I really want to go into a little bit more detail on step 2, which is the salon drivers. They're called the salon drivers because that's exactly what they do. They drive your business to achieve the focus you want, to get the profit you want. However, we're also going to start to look today at how you measure how you're doing, because of course that's critical. One of the key objections that I hear all the time in frankly everything that we teach, but particularly this. Alan, how do I keep it going? I come on your courses, I read your books, I watch your videos, I get really motivated and focused and driven, and I go back to my salon like a crazy person, putting everything into action, making it happen. but I don't keep it going. And that's the big issue. And I hear that all the time. That's why we've created it as a formula. Because if you just follow the 5 steps consistently, it will work. And by the way, when I tell you more about the Salon Profit Formula program later on, I'll be there every step of the way, helping you to put this into action. Okay, now let's have some fun looking at the Salon drivers. We know what our focus is. We know exactly how much we've got to take now to achieve the profit we want. We've played a bit of the what if game, but let's carry on the what if game now, because when you start using it with the Salon drivers, it really starts to ramp up. So what are the Salon drivers? Let me remind you. There's 3 of them: the average client count, your average visit frequency, and your average client bill. I call them the Salon drivers because they literally drive your business forward. So if a salon was taking 396,720, let's say that's what they were taking, whether it's euros, pounds, dollars, doesn't matter, that's the number. Well, let's say that was with 190 clients a week, coming every 9 weeks on average, and with an average bill of 14. Now remember, these are all average figures, but that's quite interesting because that helps us with something a little bit later. The first thing I need to do is I need to turn that average client count into an active database. I need to know how many clients I've got actively coming into my salon. This is so important for your marketing focus. Now this is difficult sometimes because not everybody's database is clean, and you know it's moving all the time. Sometimes people have got thousands of people on the database, but that doesn't mean they're active. But this is a way that I've found gives you a really good rule of thumb. I'm going to be honest, it's not a slide rule perfect number, but it's pretty good. And the fact that your client count and visit frequency numbers that we're looking here are averaged, so it's what your computer system's giving you as an average over a period of time, actually this works quite well. What we're going to do is we're going to take your 190 clients a week times by how many weeks they're coming in, and that gives us a pretty good active database. Because again, I said it's not absolutely perfect, but imagine in a perfect world that those 190 people would all be back in 9 weeks' time. So you've got 190 people coming this week, you've got another 190 the next week, and so on. And then the whole cycle starts again, which means that your active database is 190 clients a week times 9 weeks. And what that gives us is just over 1710. So there's our active database. Now let's look at visit frequency. We know that currently in this salon, clients are coming in on average every 9 weeks. But actually I need a different number. I need how many visits per year that is. And so what we're going to do is very simply take 52 weeks of the year, divided by 9, and then that is going to tell me how many visits a year I'm getting. And in this particular case, with 9 weeks, that's 5.8. And then finally, our average client bill, obviously that stays the same, that's 40. So I've now got 3 numbers that actually are creating my sales, because I've got 1,710 clients a week, visiting me 5.8 times a year, and spending on average 40 every time they come, which is giving me 396,720. There you go. I love it when a plan comes together. That's what we're currently doing. But we have a target and we're aiming to do more. Imagine you had a 2-year strategy and the first year you spent really improving all of these numbers. You grew your active database by improving your service standards, the attitude and motivation of your team, great education, marketing, of course, etc., new client drive, all of those things. And you spent a year doing all of that. It's quite interesting when you're trying to grow that active database. Let's take that client count of 190 a week. What if you were losing 10% of your clients? Now, by the way, you'll be losing clients for valid reasons. People move away, they die, all sorts of different reasons. Of course, there's reasons why we shouldn't be losing clients, and that needs to really be improved. But there will always be some sort of a hole in the bucket, as I call it. We need to contain that and control it as much as possible, but there's always going to be some loss. So let's say we were losing 10% of our clients. That's 19 clients a week in this salon. Now here's where it gets interesting, because if you were only getting 19 new clients a week, then all you're ever doing is replacing what you're losing, and that's why you don't grow. The whole concept of the hole in the bucket is that if you've got a loyal clientele and you're doing new clients every week, surely the bucket should get fuller. You should be growing. But if there's a hole in the bucket, as fast as it's coming in one end, it's going out the other. So the key is to make sure there is more coming in than is going out. So what if we targeted 25 new clients? That would give us an extra 6 clients. In other words, we're losing 19 through the hole in the bucket, but if I've actually targeted to get an extra 6 new clients, then I've got some growth. So an extra 6 new clients every week for the year, 6 times 52, would give me a 312 growth on my active database, which would make my database now 2022. Now, by the way, I don't think I've gone crazy here, and we're not going silly. So what I'm saying is over the next 12 months, with real focus, education, marketing, motivation, that you actually grow your active database by just over 300 clients. Now let's look at the visits per year. All right, well, currently our clients are coming in every 9 weeks on average. Once again, let's spend a whole year focusing on that. Marketing, focus, education, really start to edge that back. But let's still be really realistic here and say, what if all we did was pull it back 1 week? And instead of our clients coming every 9 weeks, they were coming in every 8 weeks. Well, that now increases our visits per year to 6.5. It's almost an extra visit a year. And then now let's look at the average client bill. Let's say over the next 12 months, once again, focus, education, marketing, motivation, a different way of communicating with your team, and we actually get that client bill up to 45. What that gives us now is some brand new salon drivers to work on. So again, I know I'm talking in a perfect world, but what if you did that over the next 12 months or so, meaning you start the second year of your strategy with these salon drivers? Well, 2022 times 6.5 times 45 now is 591,435. That's nearly 200,000 growth, with actually some quite modest shifts in the salon drivers. Just 300 more clients, just bringing your visits per year from 9 down to 8, and increasing your average client bill by 5. That's astonishing. That's the power of the salon drivers. Okay, so that's how it works. But what if you had the salon driver calculator to use? Now this is one of my favorite calculators. It's the Salon Drivers Calculator. Let me show you how it all works. Okay, the first thing you do is you put in your current figures, your current salon drivers. So we're going to come to this box first, the current average weekly client, and we're going to enter in, let's say this salon is doing 150 clients a week at the moment. Then we're going to look at client average value, so that's the average bill, and we're going to put in there, let's say this salon's doing 35, that's what they're doing. The third one, of course, is your visit frequency, and let's say that this salon has got a visit frequency of 9. So what we've got now is we've got our existing salon drivers put into the calculator. Now let me show you what the calculator straight away will do with those numbers. It'll actually take that number that we've put in there, and it will give us our current active client base, which is saying is 1,350. And also it's saying that we're getting 5.8 visits a year. All right, that's great. It will also then do the calculation and tell you that your salon drivers are giving you 274,000 a year in this case, and 5,270 a week. But now we get to play. So let's target. Now remember, you will have a number that your Salon Focus calculator has given you that says this is what you need to take a year, this is what you need to take a week in order to achieve the profit you want. So let's now start to play here and see what happens when we put some targets in. So let's say that we're going to target 180 clients a week. That's an extra 30 clients a week. We're going to increase our average value to say 40. And then let's be sensible and just bring that down to 8 for now. Okay, well that was our current active client base, but we now have our target active client base. It's saying that we need 1,440 clients and 6.5 visits a year. We know that currently that's what we're taking, but these new numbers will give us this target. However, what if we needed a bit more? What if it hasn't quite worked out? What if maybe our target was 380,000? Well, close enough you think, but no, come on, let's do it right. So what if we now go up and we change our average bill to say 41? Just one, will that make a difference? Let's have a look and see. And all of a sudden now what we have is 383,760. So yes, we've actually done it. Just £1, dollar, euro on the average bill has achieved what we wanted to. So now let's scroll down though to the final part of the calculator. I love this bit because this gives you absolute total focus again. It now tells us that we've got to grow our active client base by 90 clients. We've got to reduce our client visit frequency by 1 week and increase our client value by 6. Now we know exactly what we've got to change. One thing I just want to quickly show you though while we're here, this is what I love about these calculators, is the way you can play with them. See where it says 90? So it's saying that we need to increase our active client base by 90 clients, okay? So we've got focus and target there. What if we hadn't changed the visit frequency? What if we kept that at 9? Let's have a look now. And now let's scroll down, and what has changed? Wow, that's the difference just 1 week is making. We need 270 new clients. That's massive. That's nearly 3 times as many new clients. It looks like it could sometimes be worth investing our marketing budget on reducing the client visit as much as trying to get new clients. So let's just change it back now to what we had, so getting it back to 8 weeks, and we get back to our 90 again. And what we now have is something that I call the fantastic Salon standard, and it becomes one of your key measurements. We know we need to be doing 180 clients a week with an average bill of 41. We've got a real target now to work to that means something to everybody in the salon. It's in our language, very simple. That's what we need to achieve. So our fantastic Salon standard is 180 at 41. It's as simple as that. One of the things that I love about working here at Fantastic Hairdresser HQ is all the people that we're surrounded with. There was a lesson I was given many, many years ago, and that is, if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. And you see, working here is just such a great experience for me because it's so inspirational. You're surrounded by creativity, inspiration, and most of all, success. Disney, Paramount Studios, Discovery Channel, QVC, all these companies and so many more around us. It's a great inspiration. So some advice I'd give you straight away is align yourself with people that bring success to your business. What is the secret of success? There's one secret of success. It's very clear to me. Successful people, successful companies simply do the stuff that unsuccessful people don't. They take consistent action. They do it. They make things happen. They don't talk about things. They don't think about things. They pick the ball up, they run with it. And that for me is the absolute key. As an industry, we're great at sitting in the pub talking about all the things that need to change, but we've actually got to start taking some action. And that's really what I want to talk to you about now. Because for me, there are 2 big reasons that I hear all the time. You know, I've even been hearing it in some comments and questions regarding the Salon Profit Formula. Alan, I'm worried about how much it's going to cost. Alan, will I have time to do this? Look, if those are the 2 things that are holding you back, that are stopping you from taking the action that you need to take to be more profitable, you've got to press the pause button now and really think about them. First of all, let's deal with the money. You know, the official term for this is return on investment. Well, you know what? You're going to get 30, 40, 50, 60 times. Even if you only got 10 times the price you paid on a program like this, it would be worthwhile. It's all about leverage. It's about taking what you've got and making the most of it. And that's really what we're trying to do here with the Salon Profit Formula. Now, the second issue that everybody talks to me about is time. Alan, I know, I just haven't got the time. But you know, we all have the same amount of time. I've got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What have you got? Long term, we've all got the same. Short term, that's different, obviously. But long term, we've all got the same amount of time. It's how we use that time that's the key. It's not how much time we have. People are always saying, I haven't got time, there's not enough days in the week. We've all got the same. It's the great equalizer. So we've got to start using that time well. And that is about being in control. And that's what the Salon Profit Formula will give you. Control. It will allow you to be focused, to delegate, and will give you the time to run your business. And perhaps most importantly of all, enjoy it. You know what? If you don't get the message yet, that we've got to start bringing the fun and passion back into our business by frankly having successful, profitable businesses, then I give up. But hopefully you have. And hopefully that these videos have given you some great ideas, some great content, and most importantly of all, focus. What do we do next? How do we take that action that I've just been talking about? Let me now tell you about the Salon Profit Formula program. It's a 5-week online program. You don't have to go anywhere. Each week, we will deal with one of the steps. There are 5 steps, remember. But actually, it starts before that. The first thing that happens when you sign up is you get a questionnaire from us. And it's very thought-provoking. It really makes you look at your business. But you've got to answer those questions and then send them back to me. Because within a few days of getting that back, you're going to be part of a phone call. We will give you a number and a time to call, and you will call that number, and everybody on the program will be on the same phone call at the same time. Now that may sound crazy, but you won't be able to hear each other. I will actually structure that phone call based on your questionnaires. So it will be personalized, to the point, and specific to your business. Most of all, it's going to be the starting point, the beginning of change. After that, you will get your first video, where we will be dealing with the first step, which is, how much do you want? Wait a minute, you think, I've done that? We've done that on this program. Oh yeah, we have. On the premium program, we will be going far deeper, and I will actually be teaching you much more stuff. There'll be case histories and exercises, but you'll also be using your own numbers, your own figures. The second video will come a week later. And in that video, I'm really going to show you how to work the salon drivers and leverage them, drive them so far forward that you can achieve everything you want to achieve. Now, what about the calculators that I've been using? Well, I've been teasing you with those a little bit, haven't I? Aren't they fab? Yes, you do get them on the premium program. And I've even got a bonus one for you. You see, we've talked about 3 calculators so far. The Salon Focus Calculator, the Salon Drivers Calculator, and thirdly, the Perfect Client Calculator. Well, how about this one? This one allows you to sit down with a stylist and work out what they've got to do to earn the salary they want to earn. Literally, you say, how much do you want to earn? And they'll give you a number, and you can work out how much they have to increase their average bill or their client count to achieve it. The third lesson will take some of the things we've talked about here today about measuring and take it on to another level. But in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to create a budget, but most importantly, how to use that budget to achieve the profit you want. With this tool, you will be on the button with your business all the time. Not just hoping for some profit, not just waiting till the end of the year to see if there is some, but actually making sure you're on track every week, every month. After the third lesson, we'll have another telephone seminar. And the reason why is because I'm pretty sure by then there'll be a lot of questions that you've got. So we'll be asking you to send us in your questions, and I'll make sure they get answered on that telephone seminar. Now, by the way, that's not the only way you can ask questions. We're going to be with you every step of the way. In fact, I'm going to be with you every step of the way. You can email me, I will reply personally. Ask questions, whatever's needed. I want to make sure this works, and I want to make sure it works for you. So we're 3 weeks into this 5-week program with 2 lessons left. We start to now look at how we're going to make it work. And the first thing that has to happen is we have to get the team on board. So that's what lesson 4 will all be about. And then finally, lesson 5 is when we start to pull it all together and make it actually happen. And that's where I will show you how to create a marketing strategy to achieve the goals and the focus that you need to achieve to reap the rewards, to get the profit that we want. The Salon Profit Formula shop opens in a few hours. You're going to get an email with all the information that you need, plus a link to register for the course. Now the shop will be open for 36 hours with no exceptions. From the moment we open it, 36 hours later it will close. That's the time frame you've got to register. Now, to give you a little bit more motivation to do that, I've got something else. I'm going to also give you access to team meetings online. That's 20 pre-prepared team meetings with video clips, team exercises. There's 60 short video clips in there that you use with your team. So that's all going to come into lesson 4, how we engage the team and get commitment from them to being fantastic to achieve the goals we need them to achieve. You've got 36 hours to sign up and you get that free. 5 online lessons over a 5-week period, 2 telephone seminars, an in-depth questionnaire on your business that will really make you focus, plus the opportunity to be able to connect with me through that period of time, which is why we're limiting the amount of people on this program. And finally, access to the 4 calculators and team meetings online. I really hope that this program has been worthwhile for you. However, I'm really looking forward to working with you to go to another level with everything we've got here. Trust me, when you sign up for the Salon Profit Formula Premium Program, it may be the best money you've ever spent on your business. Watch out for that email. It has all the details, prices, everything you need to know, and most importantly, the link to the shop. It's only open for 36 hours, remember. But you know what? Whatever it is you do decide to do, have fun and be fantastic. And please remember that we're here at the Fantastic Hairdresser to help you bring the passion and fun back into your business.